We have team coverage of the events today in Washington and right here in Iowa. We start our coverage with Local 5's John Diaz. John, we've been in contact with our senators and our representatives in Congress throughout the evening. What's the latest?
Hey, Stephanie. We've heard from Senators Chuck Grassley and Joni Ernst and Representative Randy Feenstra just moments ago. Also within the last hour, as you mentioned, both the House and Senate struck down the objection to certifying the electoral votes for the state of Arizona. Now, earlier this afternoon, Senator Grassley recessed the joint session of Congress as rioters stormed the Capitol. Senators and representatives who were there ordered to shelter in place. The senator, third in line for the presidency, sent out a statement, this is just moments ago, saying in part, quote, "The violence and disruption we saw today must not be allowed to disrupt or intimidate us from performing our constitutional duty as lawmakers. I took an oath of office to support and defend the Constitution, even in the face of threats." Senator Joni Ernst tweeting this afternoon, calling the actions in Washington anarchy, saying it's a betrayal of America's ideals and that what is happening today is not peaceful and is not a protest. We spoke with freshman Congresswoman Ashley Hinson as she sheltered in place in her Capitol office.
Like many members of Congress right now, I am in my office. We followed the instruction of Capitol Police when things started to get a little bit dicey over at the Capitol. I was over in the Capitol for the start of the joint session of Congress today, and then came back to my office in between. They had asked members of Congress who were not speaking during that first objection to head back to their offices because of COVID protocols. So members of the House, basically vacated the premises and went back to their offices. And then obviously things escalated. So you can probably hear some of the noise even outside of my office, but we're safe. My staff and I are hunkered down for the time being. And I'm just grateful for law enforcement doing their jobs today.
Another freshman member from Iowa, Congresswoman Marinette Miller-Meeks, encouraging protesters to move away from the Capitol building.
We are safe. We are sheltering in place. And, our message to people would be that just like the social unrest over the summer, I'm strongly in support of the constitutional right to protest, and protesting should be peaceful.
Respondent Hallie,
should not be breaching buildings or storming the Capitol. It is, very frightening. People need to be safe in their workplaces. And it's been a frightening thing for members, but people are remaining calm. The Capitol Police have done an outstanding job. And we would strongly encourage people to disperse and to peacefully protest in another part of the Capitol or the Capitol grounds.
And Congressman Feenstra saying tonight frustrations over the results of the election are understandable, but resorting to violence and anarchy is completely unacceptable. Meanwhile, Congresswoman Cindy Axley was not at the Capitol when the violence started. She was at her apartment about a block away watching it all unfold.
We are supposed to set the standard for democracy around this world. We are the beacon of hope for people who try to find a better light for opportunity for their family. The message that we are sending, not just to folks around the world, but to the people that live in this country, is that we have no law and order. We have a president who does not care about the safety of the American public.
And a number of issues will be following in the days ahead. What charges rioters will face and what changes in security, if any, we can expect with Inauguration Day just 2 weeks away. Stephanie.
Yeah, John, a lot to consider after what we saw today happening. What did lawmakers have to say, though, as they reconvened tonight?
Well, Stephanie, we heard lawmakers from both sides of the aisle continue to condemn the violence that we saw today. We also heard, however, continued objections to the election results. Back to you.